I was teaching on and statute, and I was telling Planned Parenthood staff of Corpus Christi and the Gulf Coast, basically, you've got to report when you see a girl coming in with an older man that you can tell is not her father. You know something's wrong. You've got to report that. It's considered. It's also considered. You've got to report this. And they started laughing. And I said, well, I don't think there was anything I said that was funny. What's going on here? And the response was, honey, if she's not having sex with this man this week, she'll have another one next week. And so their view of our children is distorted. It's dehumanized. And I don't know why their hearts are hardened, but they are. And so when a girl or a young man goes there or condoms or testing, they don't see them with compassion anymore, or if they ever did. They see them as just almost like an animal who can't control themselves. They're always going to have sex. So we're just going to give them enough lube and condom and hope they come in to get tested before they get some kind of cancer.
President Trump has paused all funding to Planned Parenthood, and rightfully so. In this video, I'm going to share with you what's been going on, and it will blow your mind. I always knew there was something weird about the way the Democrats, liberals, and progressive have been pushing young ladies, almost encouraging and incentivizing them to go ahead and get these procedures without any thought of what could happen to their bodies, about how it would affect them psychologically at all. Hey, and then they can go back out, continue sleeping with who they want, and just come on back in here and they'll do it again. They'll just do it again. Well, it's been exposed, and I'm going to show you in this video some of the underhanded things that Planned Parenthood have been doing. And just imagine if this was your child or someone else's child that you know, you love, and you care about. Let me not talk too much. Let me get into it. Check out this first clip and tell me what you think about this.
How old is she? She's 13. Her parents don't know yet.
13. Yeah, so we don't do them here. But so yeah, we don't do them in Missouri. It's illegal. But we do have, I can give you a packet of the 2 locations that do it in Kansas. They have people that'll come pick them up. They have people that will pay for the whole thing. Yes, I would call them and tell them what the situation is. They're going to help you with that.
All within Planned Parenthood?
It doesn't matter if the school agrees or not. We say that she was at the doctor. And we can cut off our letterhead so it doesn't even say where she was. Trust me, this is not our first rodeo.
How many times do you do this a year?
What?
Girls coming out of the state, yes.
Oh, every day. Every day. Every day. Because we set up hotels for them. We set up every day. We never tell our parents anything. She's an adult. We're not clients.
Like, why would they do something like this? I mean, to the point where you're paying for hotels, you're lying. Even if the school says the child was one place, the facility is willing to create fraudulent documents to give to a child to avoid leaving any paper trail. This is insane. Now I'm gonna skip ahead to where he's back with them in this clinic again, because this is not it. Wait till we get to the part where you find out what they've been doing when they do these procedures on these women. But I'm gonna let this lady finish helping this gentleman who, remember, is talking about a 13-year-old. So everything they're talking about in this clip and in the previous clip was for a 13-year-old, and how they won't tell the parents that child is an adult in their clinic, even if they come in with a man they know is not their father, that they know is well over the age of what legally should be with them. Check it out.
Kansas. Yeah, they made them illegal in Missouri, but these 2 places in Kansas. This one is our clinic, and then this one is one that's right next to our clinic, and they both perform it.
Oh, great.
I would call, because if you go online, they kind of give you the runaround, but if you call and let them know what's going on, they'll do whatever they can.
If you're trying to do it without the parents knowing, then you need to call because they need to do a bypass.
They will bypass without the parents. You just have to make sure you tell them that when
What is a bypass?
Just not letting the parents know.
Great. Yeah. So I can bring her?
Yeah. You just have to, when you call, just tell them the situation. They'll walk you through everything.
Could this lead to the exploitation of the process and increase the risks that minors will be abused?
So if I can't do it, is there a service that can get her across the state line?
Yeah. Yeah. I would ask. They have people that'll come pick them up. They have people that will pay for the whole thing. Yes. I would call them and tell them what the situation is. They're going to help you with that.
All within Planned Parenthood? Mm-hmm. Could we get permission from the teacher to get her out of school during its school day for it?
We could give doctor's excuse.
What's that?
We could give a doctor's note to where the school, it doesn't matter if the school agrees or not. We say that she was at the doctor. They have to take it.
Oh, and the teachers have to take it no matter what. But they don't tell the parents.
No. And we can cut off our letterhead so it doesn't even say where she was. Trust me, this is not our first rodeo. They're going to know exactly how to handle that. I would call them.
Okay, so 13-year-olds can go across state line.
Absolutely.
Planned Parenthood helps them do that and then pays for the whole thing.
I won't say it pays for the whole thing,
Oh.
but they will work for you. Sometimes they do end up paying for it. Yeah, it's illegal in Missouri.
So you all work very tightly with.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That's great. Because when she called me, I looked it up right away and I was like, no.
Yeah, we're all affiliated. We're all one big old clinic, pretty much.
So the money just, you're able
everywhere.
Oh, how many times do you do this a year?
Well, like
Girls coming out of the state, yes.
oh, every day.
We get, yeah.
Every day. Every day. We set up hotels for them. We set up every day. Every day.
So this is so great because she's 13.
Yeah.
She's so young.
And she's scared, and that's what we're here for.
And my parents do not, they're like so conservative. And I cannot let them know.
And they won't. They won't. If she's, in Planned Parenthood, we consider you an adult. You can make the decision, then we've got you.
Okay. And then can she come in here for follow-up?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she doesn't have to go back there for follow-up. Once she's done with them, she can come back here.
And what about like contraceptives?
We'll take care of all of that.
All without any consent?
Yeah, we never tell her parents anything. She's an adult in our clinic.
As the investigation unfolds, these questions remain. Are lawmakers aware that Planned Parenthood has successfully, in their own words, created a bypass for young minors to acquire an abortion in another state without parental consent? Are schools and teachers cognizant of the fact that Planned Parenthood could be taking students out of school under deceitful pretenses to facilitate abortions without their parents' knowledge?
If you enjoyed this video, do me a solid, hit that like button because I'll never ask you for a cash app or a super chat. You hitting that like button, that is currency. It helps spread the video around. And if you aren't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. On the Real Politics Podcast, that's what we do. We talk real politics. So once you subscribe, hit that notification bell and select all. That way you'll be notified when I upload new videos. That is crazy. Now, that was that clip. Now, in this next clip, just to show you how radical these left-wing libtard extremists have gotten when it comes to, getting these procedures, they really believe that it's a right. It's not a constitutional right to take the life of the unborn. I don't know how or why the Democrats really, chose to die on that hill and have brainwashed millions of women and even some men to believe this crap that somehow protecting the life of the unborn is infringing on someone's right to take the life of the unborn. We don't have the right to take the life of anyone at any time, regardless. And so this thing that, well, just because it's in her body, she has a right to do it. Is that right morally, ethically, spiritually? I don't think so. Now, I understand you got exceptions. As you know, we spoke about where if a family member violates or if some unwanted person comes and takes it from them, I understand that. Or if the mother's life is at risk, I get all of that. But, just going out, having a drunk night, laying up, then saying, whoops, don't want it, go get one. These young women are not being told about the psychological and the physical and emotional damage. And I've heard this from women who have went through the procedure. Now, in this video, you get those people that go out and they're doing these street interviews. And typically when they're doing these street interviews, they interview different people until they get that gotcha. Then they put it up on the internet and then they go viral. And so this pro-life woman in the blue dress was out getting, word on the street from different people. And with this other young black woman, she decided to bring up the procedure or the rights of the unborn, or whether women should have the right to go and take the life of the unborn. And the reason why I phrase it like that, I know you might be saying that's weird. YouTube penalizes you for saying certain words, and saying as the Democrats and the left love that. If you're saying anything negative against that, using that word, they could potentially strike you. And so to avoid that, I just use other synonyms to explain the same thing. But I want you to watch this clip and you watch the psychotic way this woman answers these questions and then watch what she does. It will blow your mind.
I've seen so many stories and countless, literally like countless stories.
What happens in an
They literally suck the life out of you. They're going to take the whole baby out. And as they should, because I shouldn't be a taxpayer paying child support and food stamps and WIC for
you
women
should be a
who never
taxpayer
wanted the
paying
baby.
for.
Exactly. But as for a woman who didn't want the baby in the first place, that doesn't make sense to me. Don't ever sit here and lock yourself down with a man who already told you he doesn't want to be with you. He doesn't.
I agree with you.
I'm not disagreeing with you either. I understand.
You don't get to kill the baby just because their dad didn't want them.
Can.
Should we kill the kids in foster care? And
Why not? Why not? If that
Now, do you see how psychotic that is? Number one, forget the fact of what's right and wrong. She goes right into, if you don't want to be with the man, don't tie yourself down. Why are you having unprotected sex with a man that you may not want to be with? Why are you having sex at all with somebody that you're not sure if you want to be with, especially unprotected? Forget the fact that you can catch something that'll take your life, and having birth is the least of the problems. But no, that's too much like right. They don't want to say that. They just rather put the blame on the guy or on other people or on society rather than on self-control.
That's the case.
We should kill the kids in foster care that aren't wanted.
Who's going to take care of them? I need to know the percentage of people who take children from foster care and abuse them and molest them, who make them like personal slaves.
We should just kill them.
Statistics before you come to me talking about pro-life.
We should kill the victims of.
I think, what does this have to do with?
You just mentioned people molesting children. We should kids in foster care is what you said.
What I'm saying is in general, overall. If I don't want to have a baby, I should have the choice to.
Just don't have sex then. Just don't have sex.
That's not even logical.
It is.
Who are you, Nancy?
I sound dumb. You sound dumb as.
Now you see how the cursing and the insults start? That's what happens with Democrats. When you start pushing back on what they say and you start trying to get them to justify and you're hitting them with logic, the curse words start, the name calling starts. That is their defense mechanism, which shows you got them. And the next thing gonna do is what you about to see.
Okay. It does, because even as teens, people explore. And it's like, as funny as you want to be, people should still have the choice.
So you went from saying that my outfit was really cute to saying I'm an effing idiot. That's so mean.
But I think that your point of view is very obstructed. And I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with babies in foster care and children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
What's wrong with you?
Then she walked away and said, suck my D. Now, did you see that woman?
Oh my God. Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with babies in foster care and children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
I'm not going to even let it play because that was a vicious blow. And you could tell just how this lady, she wasn't in a mode to fight. She really thought it was a conversation. Look, this lady has her fists balled up close to her face. The other woman's still holding the microphone and just standing so nice. She is not from the street. She has not been in altercations, and she wasn't prepared that when you run up on a deranged left-wing extremist libtard, you have to be on your guard. This was just a conversation. And instead of articulating herself, this animalistic linebacker-built woman decided that she was going to attack this woman. And the cameraman is the woman's husband. Now, I won't get into the rest of it, because he tries to chase her down, but he doesn't do anything. She flips him off, tells him suck her D, walks down the street, touting herself like she was the champion. This video has gone viral. That lady looks like a complete idiot for what she did. But that is how extreme these people are. Now, in this video here, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is an actual clinic right here, Libs of TikTok. This undercover video shows Planned Parenthood employees admitting to and laughing about the selling of organs and dismembered body parts of unalived babies. Buckle up, because listen, discretion is advised.
You don't want to see, huh?
I had a patient, sometime in the past few months, I don't remember what it was, she wanted footprints, and I had a resident with me that day, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this procedure because I'm going to try and do my best to get these feet out and check.
Right.
We did.
So footprints is where literally taking out the foot of the unalive baby, the foot, just to do a print to give it to the lady that was unaliving it and getting rid of it, which is insane. You're going to go get rid of it, but you want a footprint to remember it by our handprint. And in order to get that, has to be dismembered.
Footprints and handprints, baby.
Dude, you guys are awesome. Well done.
Yeah. But they need like the liver mostly and the
Right now, we're getting a lot for liver and thymus. Liver is in short demand. Dude, there's people right now, most of the people, like ABRs, some of our competitors, they're not even selling the tissue. They're like, oh, we'll give you an isolation. And we're like, well, why can't I get it? They're like, well, because it's in short demand right now, it's more profitable for us to isolate it and sell you the vials rather than give you the entire tissue. And I'm just like, are you serious?
It's funny because ever since, I think it was like 6 months or a year ago you told me about the proposition. And so now every time I do a DNA, I'm like, oh, there's some love.
Yeah, you already know, huh?
I'm telling you.
No, I'm excited.
You told me about the proposition. And so now every time I do a DNA, I'm like, oh, there's some love.
Yeah, you already know, huh?
I was like, where is this? I was like, where's my guy who can play with the tissue? I was like, is there like trying to sort of, and I was like, I'm like picking up more, like, they're like, well, can you show us a sample from today? And I'm like, I was like, is this a really bad day for us.
I remember you mentioned that.
Did you hear her tell the girl in the background, don't worry, you'll be desensitized to this in a couple of months?
On that day.
And it was like one bad sample. It was like a 16-year-old kid.
Who's going?
It was like a 16-year-old kid, so we just had to hurry up. Whereas like other days, it's like more intact, where it's like maybe only like an arm that's discontinuated. Other days, it's like more intact, where it's like maybe only like an arm that's discontinuated.
Most weeks, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, anywhere between 5 and 10 samples a week.
See?
And just between Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Typical.
And that's what I was telling you. Like, we like 30 to 50 is like a good number for the month. Like, easy.
Easy. Okay. Wow.
See?
No, that's phenomenal. I mean, very keep you busy.
Like, he's the one that likes to play with Pop, and I was like, where? You put him with Glenda. I know. I was like, no, Glenda was the one that who took out the tissue and we were all like there, like, well, here's like the lungs, here's the kidneys, and I was like, but where's he's like the one that does like all of it. We had 17-week twins in the freezer because we were waiting for funeral home to pick them up.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, I'm sorry, you can't see them. They were like the most intact because it was a fetal anomaly. The joint twins. I was like, I'm sorry, we put formalin in there, so it's all like dark white. It's not clear. It's not like something you can see. And he goes, and I was like, it's really cool though. There's like 3 legs and like 2 spinal cords. And,
I'd be down to see that. That would be pretty cool.
But like, it was different because I was like, I know you're not the tissue guy, so it's not the same as when you're like, hey, look.
You know, it's all disgusting. So you hear these people at Planned Parenthood who are really bragging about how they take the lungs and the kidneys and the thymus and they put things out and they're selling it. Now, most people don't know, but this woman is the founder of Planned Parenthood. Let's learn who she is.
Margaret Sanger, who was the founder of Planned Parenthood, she was a scientific racist, but she actually believed that it was necessary to eliminate the lower end of the gene pool, Slavs, Eastern Europeans, and blacks. What she wanted to do was she wanted to eliminate that part of the gene pool so that she could create, in her words, a race of thoroughbreds. The name of that was eugenics. Planned Parenthood has been a part of this radical agenda for a very, very long time.
So Margaret Sanger, who founded eugenics, which later became Planned Parenthood, the whole purpose of it was to rid or remove what they consider to be people that don't deserve to be alive. And you look at what communities they pump it in the most. And unfortunately, it's migrated from where they just were targeting blacks and people of color. And guess what? It's affecting all young women now. I see women of all colors and races now feeling like that's their right to go do that. Forget, you know, protecting themselves, forget selective dating, forget waiting till marriage, forget all of that. All that's out the window. And it's promoted through the music and through the entertainment. And so having self-control isn't an option. And those are Marxist, socialist ideologies that are injected into society. Do what thou wilt and all of this BS without thinking about the ramifications. So I wanted to jump in and share that with you. So if you hear people saying, oh, they're shutting down Planned Parenthood and eugenics are exactly the same. Planned Parenthood is another way. I've said this on other videos. Whatever you hear the Democrats label something, it is doing the opposite of that. Think about the name, Planned Parenthood, but really it's a clinic for unaliving children. It doesn't help anybody plan how to be a parent at all. But the name sounds nice. So it flew under the radar for years, when in reality, they've been unaliving babies and underage women, lying to schools, lying to parents, selling off the body parts. And guess how many people unknowingly have helped promote and propagate this, thinking that they're doing the right thing for this young woman, not knowing that that woman is seen as nothing more than an animal where they want to take that little one from, sell those body parts, make money. And there's some other nefarious things that people in Hollywood allegedly do with these unalive bodies. So just wanted to jump in and share this with you. So good job, President Trump and the administration. Do away with it. Let's teach self-control. Let's incentivize families. You know what's crazy? They say the population is shrinking, but yet they're pushing young ladies to go unalive their babies while allowing illegals into the country. Wouldn't you think that if population was an issue, they would incentivize families to populate the country rather than incentivizing gang members and drug cartels and sex traffickers and men of military age to come into our country, which add no benefit or any value to us at all? Matter of fact, it helps muck things up the way it did. But if you watch this video this far, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And as always, if you haven't already liked the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Other than that, I'm Brian Maxwell saying I look forward to seeing you at the top. Over and out, y'all.